gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's the Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
A family is heartbroken after losing their 8-year-old boy. His mom says the bullet that hit him was meant for her. She says her little boy died trying to protect her.
Wow. So, very brave young man. Obviously sounds like a domestic dispute gone bad with the father or boyfriend, whatever it is. And this is something, like I've said before, that happens every single day in the black community. And people keep trying to discount what I'm saying, but I keep making content. The videos keep coming. The stories keep coming. I have no other choice but to assert that this is the truth. This is the reality of the community. So now what? Now what? Where are the solutions? It first takes group acknowledgement, then group accountability, then working towards solutions. Been saying this from day one.
Our David Schumann shares their story from Burnsville.
I'm so mad at it.
I know.
The pain Cherish Edwards feels can't be put into words. Her son, Amir Harden, died this weekend after she says his father accidentally shot him. Cherish says Amir's father was trying to shoot her.
He wants to protect his mommy. It's just unimaginable. An 8-year-old trying to wrestle a gun out of a grown man's head.
Wow. And that is the mother right there, Cherish Edwards. Very attractive young lady. It appears she was most likely with a Thug Max Alpha Simp. We've spoken on the Thug Max Alpha Simps before and how much of a detriment they are to the community, and this is another example of that.
It's unbearable pain.
Cherish says she told Amir to run outside, but he wouldn't leave her. After the shooting, she says Amir's father turned the gun on himself with her 4 other children watching. He's in the hospital in critical condition.
We're finally
4 other children, Lord have mercy. And then he tries to delete himself. We got some issues in the community that people are afraid to talk about, but I'm not.
free of him, but my child paid the ultimate sacrifice. My children, all of them, I feel so bad for them because they are traumatized.
Burnsville police are investigating what happened, and a city spokesperson says if Amir's father lives, criminal charges will be considered.
It's a nightmare that you can't wake up from.
Cherish and her father are remembering Amir as a bright light, a goofball, and a gifted athlete.
Very happy little boy. He was courageous. He was a leader. He was my biggest cheerleader. Every day I go to work, say, "Have a good day, mommy. I love you."
Cherish says Amir's father had a history of violence leading up to this, and she has a word of warning to other women in abusive relationships.
You just gotta leave. Next time that be your life or your child's life. I think a lot of women think.
So you see that right there. The Black Girl Magic keychain. Wow. So she's repping Black Girl Magic and the Protect Black Women Brigade, Black Lives Matter, all of these other organizations who are obviously scamming you right in your face have nothing to say about what this woman was put through by her baby daddy, who turned out to be a super gremlin on demon time.
It'll never be them.
Now, Cherish says she's just trying to do her best for her remaining living children. She has an online fundraiser for moving expenses and other bills. In Burnsville, David Schumann, WCCO News.
More tonight about the circumstances surrounding the shooting death of an 8-year-old boy in Burnsville. Amir Harden's mother says her son was trying to protect her when he was shot by his own father. Our Morgan Wolf joins us with more on the case. Morgan?
Yeah, this is truly just a heartbreaking story here. In a post online, Amir's mother says that some of her son's last words were, "Mommy, I'm not leaving you here." I found that his father was arrested for assaulting Amir's mom, appearing in court the same day of that shooting.
Wow, so he was arrested he appeared in court for beating her that same day, goes home, tries to beat her again, kills his own son. This is tragic. This is tragic. And, you know, it looks like she stayed down with him through the whole situation. But this was obviously a toxic relationship.
And posted bail.
The worst type of call came into Burnsville police last Wednesday that an 8-year-old boy had been shot. Cherish Edwards posting online that it was her son Amir Harden who was shot by his father while trying to protect her. She says that Amir's father, Amir Harden, was trying to kill her. Daenerys was arrested earlier that day for assaulting Cherish on May 30th. Daenerys posting a $4,000 bail, but was ordered to not have any contact with her. He broke that order, as Cherish says that her son Amir tried wrestling a gun away from his father, saying, "Mommy, I am not leaving you here." Cherish says Daenerys then accidentally shot Amir before turning the gun on himself. Both of them taken to the hospital, Amir dying on Sunday. Cherish says that Amir's 4 siblings, they witnessed everything. Burnsville police say that the information all lines up with what was...
So these 4 siblings who witnessed everything, I mean, how are they going to be affected for the rest of their lives? Okay? I mean, they're completely traumatized. They see their father shoot their brother, then shoot himself after repeatedly beating on his mother or their mother. This is some sick stuff that's going on in the community, not being called out, readily and repeatedly defended, and the people who bring the message and are exposing this evil, this wickedness in the community are being persecuted.
Was reported to them. Court documents say, though, Daenerys was arrested for domestic assault. Now that arrest warrant says Cherish told police that Daenerys and her had an argument on May 30th over her trying to end their 10-year relationship. That then escalated to Daenerys choking her. Cherish says there have been other domestic disputes between them, quote, several times many years ago. The document goes on to say that Daenerys had a gun or can easily get one, and that he is violent, jealous, or controlling of her daily activities, adding that he follows or spies on her or leaves threatening messages. Prosecutors asked for his bail to be set at $10,000, but a judge set it for $4,000.
Just before the start of this newscast, we made a call and found out that Daenerys is still in critical condition in the hospital. We did try to get in contact with Cherish, but we are waiting to hear back from her. Now, in the meantime, I did talk to Amir's principal at his school in Burnsville. He said that he lit up a room and was full of joy, and they are heartbroken right now. They do have resources available for the staff, students, and families.
What's good, Shadow Realm? It's your boy Jenquavius Jackson, and y'all already know I'm demonetized and shadow banned in this bitch. So if you want to contribute, go to the Cash App, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, or join the Patreon. Also, don't forget to visit the merch store for all your favorite BGZM News 17 gear, including our exclusive Trump is a Blood t-shirt. Go fast before they sell out. They are already flying off the shelves, no cap. And remember, these super gremlins are on demon time.
We start at 6:30 with an update to a story out of Burnsville we first brought you last night.
Yeah, we now know the man suspected of shooting and killing 8-year-old Amir Harden was his father. Renee Cooper spoke with the family, who says they're still in shock over what happened.
City officials say after allegedly shooting his son, Amir Harden's father turned the gun on himself, and he's still in critical condition tonight. Amir Harden's mother still in disbelief over what unfolded in their home.
Well, stay strong, babe. Stay strong.
Mother, Cherish Edwards, and grandfather, Dion Edwards, say 8-year-old Amir carried a larger-than-life personality in his 8-year-old body.
We always knew he was gonna be on TV one day, but we never thought it was gonna be like this.
And I mean, that's wild because this young man lost his life being more of a man than his own father. And that's the hard part about this story. We have young black kids who are doing the right thing being snuffed out by these thug maxed alpha simps. And we see this every single day. This is not a one-off. This is a regular occurrence, whether people want to admit it or not. These super gremlins are on demon time.
He was special.
And now his family says he will forever be remembered as a martyr.
The guilt I feel, that bullet was for me and not my child.
Police are still investigating what led up to the shooting, but they do not believe Amir was meant to be the target. Amir's mother says she was.
He tried to wrestle the gun out of his dad's hand. I told him to leave. I said, Amir, go, run to the neighbors, go outside. And he said, no, mommy, I'm not leaving you here. And his dad turned around and shot at me and missed and hit my son in the head.
Dang.
Edwards says before she could fully register what happened, the gun went off again. The whole scene unfolding in front of Amir's 4 siblings, the oldest, just 11 years old.
My daughter said, Daddy, no. And he did it anyway.
Edwards asking for community support to help her and her kids move somewhere new and recover. And she asked that her son never be forgotten.
He was only 8 and he had so much potential. He was going to be somebody. And I'll never know.
Police have not released the suspected shooter's name at this point because he still remains in critical condition and therefore has not been arrested. If he survives, I'm told criminal charges will be considered. We've also got a link to a GoFundMe page created by Edwards to help the family going forward. In Burnsville, Renee Cooper, 5 Eyewitness News.
We have heartbreaking new details tonight about a little boy who died defending his mother.
Amir Harden's mom told us that his father shot and killed him in Burnsville last week, but she was the intended target. Now, WCCO's Alan Henry has learned that man had just gotten out of jail hours before the shooting.
We're finally free of him, but my child paid the ultimate sacrifice.
Amir Harden's mother says the 8-year-old...
I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of wild to say, but I guess that is an accurate description of what happened.
Made that ultimate sacrifice trying to protect her.
He tried to kill me. He aimed for me, somehow missed, and my child got the bullet instead.
New court documents show Amir's father was booked on domestic assault charges, released from jail, and shot him all in less than 24 hours. And a new police report notes he, quote, has a permit to carry a firearm and almost always carries a firearm on his person. Also saying his, quote, arrest is necessary to prevent imminent harm.
Sometimes the person who is using harm feels like they're losing power and control over the victim survivor, so they might escalate that violence to kind of try to regain that control.
Minnesota has a new red flag law to allow the removal of guns in these type of circumstances, but it's unclear if it was considered in this case.
We really want to recommend that the legal system is really assessing these cases on an individual basis in terms of a potential threat to the victim's safety. So really just kind of questions about what kind of assessment was involved in that case.
We reached out to the city of Burnsville, but did not hear back. Edwards, however, did have this warning she wanted people to hear.
I do want to say that any woman that's in a domestic violence relationship, doesn't matter if he hit you 10 years ago, you just gotta leave. Next time that be your life or your...
Yeah, I mean, that is true. Any of these ninjas who are beating on their women, they're definitely bound to deleting them. That's just something that we see on a daily basis.
Child's life.
Alan Henry, WCCO News.
The suspect was released on bond for the domestic violence charge. He's not charged in this case because he is still in the hospital after turning the gun on himself. If you or someone you know needs help, please call the Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-866-223-1111. Calls are free and confidential.
All right, moving on to other news briefly this evening, a Burnsville mother grieving the loss of her 8-year-old son after she says her son tried to protect her from her abuser.
This all happening a week ago, the same day the woman was granted an order for protection. Fox 9's Courtney Godfrey joining us now with this heartbreaking story.
Yeah, it truly is, Kelsey. The woman says her 8-year-old son tried to wrestle the gun out of his father's hands when he himself got shot.
It was at this townhome in Burnsville that police say an 8-year-old boy was shot last Wednesday. His mother posting a photo of the child, who she identifies as Amir Harden, to a GoFundMe page, detailing how the boy's father tried to shoot and kill her, but her son was shot instead. The mother saying she screamed at the boy to go to the neighbors, but he refused, saying, "Mommy, I'm not leaving you here." Court records show that the suspect was charged with domestic assault just 5 days earlier after the victim told police that he grabbed her by the neck and she thought she was going to die, letting them know that he had easy access to firearms. And while the result was a no contact order and a judge's order to surrender all firearms, he was released on $4,000 bail.
Yeah, and I mean, these judges are definitely contributing to these domestic violence situations because they're not taking them serious enough. A lot of them are, either DEI hires or Soros funded judges, DAs, however you want to call it. They're just making bad rulings and bad judgment calls over and over and over again. And this is endangering a lot of people, specifically Black women in the Black community.
Hours before he showed up to the home with a gun, hours before Amir gave his life to save his mom.
Now, the victim's mother says that the suspect shot himself after shooting the kid and remains in the hospital from those injuries. Burnsville police telling me tonight that while he is the sole suspect, they are waiting to bring charges until they know if he's going to survive. Kelsey.
Okay. Thank you, Courtney.
Gang violence and other kind of violence. So it is what it is.